Right. Hi everyone. It should be live now. Okay. Had some technical difficulties. Sorry if anyone tuned into the 20-second broadcast about 10 minutes ago. So yes, it's been quite a few months. Sorry that I haven't pushed this forward anymore. It's been just wild. Life has been kind of crazy, but it's been all good. Like good things. Anyway, yes, I thought I'd quite like to get this game back on track in terms of making it, and the first thing we need to do is try and sort out the floor. I think last time I had a rather unsuccessful attempt at trying to stop the bulge in the floor, and I think I know why now. I've run some tests on a different application, and I think I know how to fix it, so I'm going to have a go at that. If not, then I'll give up and we'll just do the walls and everything the same way. But yeah, that's what I'm planning on doing today. So first thing to do is to check out the code and make sure that it works. Do the trunk serve, and we can then go to our browser. And it's here. We've got this lovely front page screen, and yeah, these little guys, and they walk around, and we can zap them with our lightning bolts. And yeah, this bulge in the floor is the thing I was hoping to fix today. So I think it's going to take me a short while to get back to figuring out where the floor is actually drawn. And in fact, even which floor we're looking at. So we've got. Oh man, it's been such a while since I've looked at this code. I think it was wall. Yeah, and we're using floor 800, 800. Yes, here we go. Yeah, each wall, the floor, the side walls, and everything is a type of wall with a different switch to indicate the type of wall, and then we draw it from that. So, and in fact, here we go. We can see the segments here. Yeah, where it makes it into a number of segments, and we're currently set to 100. Yeah, 100's a good amount. Right. So now I'm going to get my trusty pencil and paper out. Which, apologies, this is not going to look good on stream. So it's. I can't remember how big the whole game is. I'm sure we probably use the game height here somewhere. Soft image height. Okay. That's just how many segments to go into. What I suspect is that my mathematics with this was probably quite naive, because really what we need, and in fact I think, okay, first thing I think we need to do is actually not draw this at all, but actually go back to drawing like a line across, because that's what I did on this other application. I just took a square rendering area and drew from the center line, make that 0, and then draw a triangle out to each corner, and that worked. That was quite smooth. There were a couple of little bumps that were rounding errors, but I think those are basically okay. And then I think we need to figure out the segments. But I think where the bulge is coming from is that I was taking the percentage width that we needed as being the top of the segment and not the center of the segment, and that's what it should be. So, so if I'll bring up paint to try and illustrate what I mean. So if we have our steps here, it's a very crude sort of interpretation of what we're doing. If we calculate the percentage width based on this point, it will skew slightly for each, and the skew will get worse because it's not the percentage, which actually we need to calculate the percentage as though it is based in between each segment. So the first one would be the first segment. Yeah, segment fraction would be 1/100th. So that would be 0.1 would be the first segment. So 0.1, but the width would need to be 100% for that. Yeah, so take I think this gets, yeah, let's simplify this by making the number of segments 10. I just think that's an easier number to deal with when drawing, so let's draw 100 of them. I'm just going to refresh the thing and we'll just check that that works. Okay, yeah, so this I think illustrates the problem because it is working but not quite. So yeah, 0.1 should equal 100% of the width. 1 over 10 over 1. Sorry, 1 over 100 is 0.01, not 0.1. Right, 0.1. Okay, so I think turn the music down ever so slightly. Yeah, so I think that first one, right. I think we might need to make an exception for the first path because the self-times fraction. Yeah, so your first one, let's just going to hack this and I'll see if we can figure out a better way in a bit. So the height needs to be whatever the regular height would be. So I think the chopping code, yeah, start height and start y, they're calculating correctly. And then the new height is that's where we get the fraction from. Where does frac come from? Okay, we were subtracting. Okay, yeah. So we're going to set the new height. Okay, I'm just going to set to be the same as the start height. And then the new width is going to be I think it's going to be 1 point. Is that what we're doing? Or did we draw from the bottom? Maybe that's what. Yeah, where do we get the new x from? Self.lock.x minus. This code doesn't make any sense to me. Like, oh gosh, I know it's been 3 months, but I don't recognize any of this. Okay, so well, the new x draw location needs to be based on the new width. Yes. Okay. So the new do we get new x from? Sorry, new y. It's the current height. Okay, so we're maintaining, right, okay, self.lock.y, okay, which would be the halfway point. Self.lock.x. So where are we using x and y? We're not using those. Okay. Right. Okay, that's cool. So let's find where we create the actual, here we go. Right, game width over 2 and game height. So that's the center of the screen and all the way to the bottom. Good. Okay, so the self.log.y is the maximum point. So let's so it's that looks like some debug that we put in there before. So the new width is going to be equal to, oops, cur h, and the cur h is minus equals new height. I don't know why there's a -1 on there. I think, again, that could be where some of these errors came in. Oops. Yeah, and then the fractions not should be based on this, so we should. Yeah, and the new height is going to be, well, let's try this and see what this does. And this will definitely be wrong, but I'm hoping it's going to be closer. Yeah, that's a lot. Okay, that's not doing the width at all. It should be. Okay. Oh, hang on, that should be I, that's why. Okay, yeah, that's, so it's done something. It's not right, but it's definitely done something. This should be going from 0. I have no idea what that is. It's the start height. I -1. Oh, okay, yeah. That should just be I. So the start height, yeah. Times SH, which is the segment height. So the segment height is going to go from 0, which it shouldn't do. It should be Okay. Yeah, no, I remember why. No, this is. Yeah, I remember why this is this, because that's a single segment height, and then the fraction should be I as F64 divided by N5. There we go, I've got it underneath. Okay, so let's bring that back. Right, so now we have a fraction. So the new height should be, so it should go from 0 to, yeah. Is it, it's not including, is it? So, oops, so we'll never get a 100. Okay. So this, right, so the fraction should then be, the start height should be the fraction height times the image width. No, it should be the fraction of the image, yes. Width. Yeah, that's right. And then the start y is, yes, it's the I times sh, so it starts at 0 and then draws it, okay. Yeah, I think it's possible that this is wrong and it's actually it's flipping it over, but that's okay. We can deal with that later. Yeah, so the start height's correct, the start y is correct. The new height is going to be the start height multiplied by the fraction. Does that sound right? So it'll be 1. Oh no, the fraction. No, it should be minus fraction. So it's 1 minus 0, 1 minus 0.1. Yeah, that's the new height. And the new width is also, that needs to be the fraction, not the segment fraction. And the new x is going to be self-derivative of x to the center minus new width over 2. Yeah, that's correct. Okay, let's see what this does. Okay, well that does something, but I'm not really sure why we're getting 2 there. I'm gonna, just for fun, just change this back to 100 and see if that corrects. I think that the offset is a problem, but also I'm not seeing the 100. Oh, hang on. Our first x is going to be wrong. First y, sorry. Or the output. So new y. Is the current height. Yes, this, there you go. This needs to happen before we do the draw. Okay, well that did something, and looks like we're almost getting our 100% there, but I think the let's going to comment this out and do the if I equals 0, let's stick some debug in there. So I want to know the fraction, segment fraction, start height, start y. Yeah, let's do new height, new y. No, it's not called new height. it's called new W and new X. Okay. I'm going to call up the console. Okay. So 0, 0.1, 0, 0, 0, 800, 0. Right, that's good. So, I mean, it's kind of good. But this should be, so where's 0, 0? Okay, so the segment fraction is 0.1, the fraction is 0. Yes, that's correct. So the new W is 800, that's correct. I'll just put the values back on here. Yeah, it's 800, that's correct. The new X is 0, yep, that's right. So the start, the new height is wrong. It's the start height, because it's, yes. That should be segment fraction here. And that's looking much better already, although it's still showing that buckling that we were seeing before, but I think that's okay because I think I know what's causing that. And it's to do with that percentage offset that I mentioned, but I'm not sure how to fix that. And I'll just show this by making that 100. I think we'll see the buckling even more. Yeah, there we go. And that's what we were seeing last time, which is wrong. Go back to 10. That makes debugging easier. So at the point that we are, so we've got the number of segments, and we're using the segment height, and the width has been calculated. So at half a segment height, that's where we should calculate the percentage. And I think we need, you know what, I'm going to make the output height be consistent. Yeah, new height's going to be start height, and we should get a nice triangle coming in. Yeah. Okay, that didn't. Oh, something broke. What broke? SY. Okay, yes, that's fair. Because I just commented out a value, which I shouldn't have done. Okay, this kind of looks right. I mean, it's looking squashed because it's not stretching. It's the height calculation that's going wrong. If I change this to 100 to kind of exaggerate the thing, this is all linear. Yeah, that looks linear, if a little bumpy. And now we just need to calculate the height. Yeah, so it's the height percentage calculation that's wrong. I don't really remember because it was a few months ago, but this feels like the same, going around in the same circles. But I think I might have more of an idea what's going on now. It's definitely it's the new height that's the issue. And we need to calculate from the center point and how far down the percentage it is. So the first one should be 1, for sure. That should be the start height. Although that being said, this doesn't look quite right. It looks like it's clipping, but I think it's because it's not doing the start height. Yeah, it should be. Oh, that's right. Okay, this should be consistent now. Well, that did not do what I thought it was going to do at all. What the heck? Start height should be 0 times, which starts at the top, and then 1 times segment fraction, and 2 times segment fraction, 3. Yeah. It's sort of drawing over itself, I don't get. Ah, yes, because the new height, right, it needs to be. Okay, yeah, that's, I forgot that. It's the new, it was taking the new height as being like the whole rest of the image. Well, new problems again. What the heck is going on here? Oh. Yes, of course, that'll all be the same height as 1 segment. Why has that done that? That's a really weird output. This equals new height. Okay. So the new height is the segment fraction, which is 0.1. We on 100, or yeah, let's go back to 10. This is doing all sorts of weird things. So the start height I'm pretty confident with. The new height should just be consistent. It should be this segment fraction. Just going to have a quick look at the debug values. New age is 80, yep. Which would always be so I can believe that it's subtracting 80 and then drawing backwards before doing the first one. really don't understand this new height thing. Okay, I'm gonna, let's go at just logging new height like this. Yeah, new height's 80. Yeah, which it should be. So then why is the destination Y doing this weird thing? Oh, wait. Oh no, yeah, new image is 80. Yeah, so it should be starting at height minus 80, and the next one minus 80 again, minus 80 again. Just to test this, image to width. So this should just give a flat. Oh, didn't like that. I have no idea what's going on here. That's very strange. I don't understand why the first one's not drawing in the right place. Let's try moving this back to here. Let's see if that then draws. Okay, well, that then draws from the bottom, so that's fine. It does seem to be adjusting the height. It's the segment fraction, which it shouldn't be doing. It shouldn't be adjusting the height. And what the hell's this gap in the middle? This is so odd. Oh, I don't believe it. Yeah, so the start, I'm adjusting the start height. This is, yeah, there we go. It should be, what was there before? I times segment fraction. Yeah, that should be the start Y. Should be that. I don't believe it. Right. Okay, yeah. Hang on. Start height should be segment fraction multiplied by the image height, and that is the amount of image that it is. Start Y should be I times the start height. Yeah, that's correct. Okay, and the new height. Okay, well that's better, right? That's what I would expect. Okay, and then the new height needs to be fraction 1.0 minus fraction times the segment fraction. Yes, there we go. Shouldn't be using the image height at all in that calculation. Okay. That's disappeared completely now. What's going on there? We dividing by 0 somewhere or something. The new height is 1 minus 0. Before, see if that's why it's not drawing. No, it's not. Okay. Put this debug back, see if that explains why. Uh, 0, 0.1, 80. Can't remember what these are now. Okay, so the fraction is 0, which for the new height should be 1 minus 0 times 80. Oh, wait. Yeah. Okay, it is. Times start height. Yes, there we go. Right. Okay, now we're getting this kind of looks right. It doesn't feel like it's decaying fast enough, but let's add back the width changes. It's still doing that buckling thing. It seems pretty linear up to here, but that might just be my eye. It's like buckling at the top. I'm just going to update to 100, see what that does. Yep, I don't know what's going on here. I'm kind of tempted just to give up on this and draw it as a triangle instead, just to simplify things so that we can move on with the next sort of bit of the stream. Yeah, I think that could happen. Oh. Yeah, this isn't going that well. I don't really understand why this isn't working. Kind of tempted to knock it on the head, go away, rethink this whole thing, and then come back. It could be, I suspect, the problem I've got is that I'm trying to do something which isn't actually possible in two-dimensional mathematics, and I think maybe it needs to be rewritten as a 3D engine to get this working. But that then becomes way more complicated with dealing with models and stuff. So yeah, I'm gonna call it for today. Sorry for anyone that's watched all the way through, only for this not to have a decent ending. I probably won't commit this code because it's worse than what was there before. And yeah, I think actually the simplest thing is going to be to just draw, like I had before. I had the floors were drawn as a triangle, and I think that's probably the best way to do this. But in order to do that, I think I'm going to need some way of like overlaying stuff. I've made some updates to the Pixel, the Pixel application for drawing pixelated like pixel art, but it's not. It still doesn't do this overlay thing, and I think that's what I need to add. I need to add that, and then we can do this again, and I'll redraw the floors so that I can use a composite and draw all the different pieces together. I think that's definitely the way forward. I guess I could just draw the whole thing. Yeah, actually, that's an idea. Next live stream, that's what I'll do. I'll draw the whole thing coming right, and as one image, and that'll become the background, and then we can stick obviously the far wall on top, and that way we can add some like nice details in. Yeah, I think that's what we'll do. Great. Well, I hope you've sort of enjoyed watching me flounder around, try to figure out mathematics to something that I didn't really fully plan through. Yeah, I'm now switching over to my other channel, which I will do a live stream. I'm playing through the Talos principle at the moment, which is so that'll be good. But yeah, until next time, take care of yourselves, and I'll see you then.